excellence in customer experience. Call 620-275-6833 or stop by 108 West.
It's time to hear from head coach Brian Hill. Brought to you by QSI, specializing in complete post-frame buildings. Visit qualitystructures.com today.
Back in our pregame show alongside Rossville about to stop round one of the 6A playoffs at Garden City and Topeka Washburn Rural. We have head coach Brian Hill. I know that obviously you were disappointed following the last game, regular season finale. You lose to a team where, yes, they're explosive in certain areas, but you lose the game. When you go back and look at that now, was that an eye-opener for you in certain areas that you can correct now going into the playoffs?
Well, I think so because, I feel like I've said this over and over, and I'm sure people are tired of hearing me say it, but it was just a lack of effort, and effort can be fixed. Effort is a choice. It's not a talent. It's not anything else. Effort is just a pure choice to go out and play as hard as you possibly can, and I just don't think that we did that. And we need to coach better as well. It's not just all the kids' fault. I take full responsibility for the way that we played. We just got to be better, and it's difficult to watch the film when you know and you've seen in the previous weeks the guys make plays, that were in those positions, and then just all of a sudden didn't do it. So it's disappointing, but I do believe that they are fixable mistakes.
When somebody's sick, sometimes you get symptoms. During the week of a game like that, was there anything that maybe had you on alert that something like this would happen, or was this just totally out of left field?
No, I think it probably in all my time here in 8 years, it's probably the most surprising that I've been in 8 years. At a game that, it was just, it came out of the blue. There wasn't anything leading up to the practice. I felt like we had solid practices going into the game. I thought the kids handled the 2 days off from school very well. No one was ever late. They were on time. They were where they needed to be. And I don't know. It's still one of those things that, I can't really explain other than when I watch the film, I just see that there was a lack of effort in places and we didn't play as physical as we had in the previous weeks. And I just think that we just got to be better. And it sounds simple, but there's a lot of things that tie with that. And we got to go out and be better this Friday.
Brian Hill joining us here in the pregame. Quentin goes out. Second half, it's Ryan Charmer, who did a good job for a guy that really hadn't had a lot of carries. So he goes out. He's questionable, more like doubtful for this week. With him possibly not playing, how does that change your play calling, or does it this week?
Well, it does a little bit because, I don't know that we have another guy that you can give the ball to 30 times like we have to Quentin in the past. And so, you've got to be real careful about, how many touches a guy gets. And I think we're going to have to do it a little bit more by committee because, I think that Ryan did a great job in the second half. But, to do that for a full game, at his size, with as many hits and playing the physical position of linebacker on defense that he does, that it makes it really difficult. And so I think it's really important that we limit the amount of hits that a guy takes. Avy's just not the biggest guy in the world either. Garrett's not. So we're going to have to spread it out, make sure that view and people like that when you first play them, you see what they've done, but you don't know what they're capable of, and that's always the difficult thing in preparing for someone that you haven't seen very often. And so trying to make some phone calls and watch the film and look at it a little bit deeper than just what they do is really important. But I think that they kind of follow into the new age spread offenses. They run a lot of RPOs where they've got run pass and be able to make those adjustments on the fly, even sometimes within the series. They're going to be doing some things, and they're well coached, and we just got to make sure that we're putting our players in the best positions to succeed. And then we need them to make plays like they've done all year long, except for last week. And so, I don't expect a whole lot of crazy things from them. They do what they do. He's been there now a few years, and they're really do. And like you said, they've had some guys injured and have struggled a little bit at times in some games, but you know they're still well coached and their kids play extremely hard, and so it's going to be a battle out there. Good luck. All right, thanks, Mike.
Brian Hill, the head coach for Garden City. Let's check tonight's injury report, brought to you by St. Catherine Hospital. When it comes to the health of you and your family, trust the Maternal Child Center, Newborn Intensive Care Unit, and Pediatric Center at St. Catherine Hospital. For Garden City, running back Quentin LaPointe suffered a concussion in the second half of last week's game against Great Bend. He's a major question mark coming in. Wide receiver Andrew Kreitzer has the cast off, broke a bone in his hand earlier this season. Then on the other side for Topeka Washburn Rural, nose guard Javon Henderson, who has missed the last few games with a broken hand, he's questionable. Don't be surprised if we see him in this game tonight. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll take a listen back to last week's loss to Great Bend. Also, we go behind enemy lines, and we'll hear from veteran head coach Steve Bueller. That's next on ESPN Radio.
Are you not sure how to accomplish your goals? Well, let Athena at Complete Nutrition and Garden City Health. She'll construct a plan fit your specific personal needs. Try some of her products today, like Prime Drive, a delicious weight loss powder that makes losing weight taste great. Choose from strawberry melon, blackberry lime, lemon tea, and tropical passion. Call Athena today at 620-805-6010 or stop by today at 2312 East Kansas Avenue. Complete Nutrition, the place with the personal touch.
Casa Mariachi Mexican Grill. Enjoy their delicious and authentic Mexican.
Here in Western Kansas, we know trucks, and nobody has a better selection than Lewis Automotive Group. And with top brands like Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota, and Nissan, we're sure to have the truck you want. And remember, you'll always get it for less at Lewis.
Touchdown! Corey Brock untouched off the left side numbers. A 46-yard rushing touchdown, capping off a 10-play drive that covers over 70 yards.
Focus. It was apparent from the first drive when they took it right down our throat into the wind and scored a touchdown that we did not have a whole lot of intensity and we did not give a lot of effort. We wanted everybody else to make plays.
On the shotgun with two receivers, left, one right, quick out to the right, waist-high grab made right side numbers by Davis, but he fumbled. It was knocked out of his hand by Gage Fritz, and Dalton Miller recovers for Great Bend at the Buffalo 40-yard line.
This isn't a knock on who we are, but I feel like, our margin for error is very small.
Haberman, Miller, and Esfield left. Beaker right. Brock takes the shotgun snap, well protected, throws a fade, back left corner, and Miller's got it. Towards the pylon, touchdown. Did they say he's out of bounds? No, he's in. Touchdown, Dalton Miller, as he took it away from Ryan Jarmer. 16-yard missile on 4th and 13, and Great Bend extends the lead.
We killed
4th from their own 28. 3 receivers left, all in the shotgun, waist-high snap. Under pressure, throws one right incomplete. Looking for holds again, and they take over on downs at the Buffalo 28, leading 20-7 with 2:45 to go.
You know, we needed stops. We needed to be able to move the football, and we couldn't put those things together.
Panthers get their revenge, get a home playoff game next week with a 20-7 win over Garden City.
There should be absolutely zero finger pointing because it was both sides that did a terrible job tonight.
Back on our pregame show as we get set for round number 1 of the 2017 playoffs. It's Garden City and Washburn Rural, and we're pleased to be joined by the head coach of Washburn Rural, that's Stephen Bueller. Coach, let's start with how much of a read do you have on this team? And the reason I ask, if you look at all 8 games, there's been a lot of ups and there's been a lot of downs. So at this point going into the playoffs, do you have a decent read on your team?
I think we're still in the process of growing, to be honest with you. We started off the year replacing 26 seniors from last year's team, so it's been kind of a growing process. I would say right now our defense has really settled in the last 3 weeks, played some very consistent football, and done a nice job last week against Topeka West, holding them to 41 yards. So our defense is playing well right now. Offensively, we're still trying to get some kids back from some injuries earlier in the season, and so we're still trying to find our way a little bit on the offensive side, and that's probably the biggest question mark for us right now, just some consistency with our offense.
All right, speaking of offense, Michael Shurik took over the starting quarterback spot because of an injury week 3. Jordan White, who started the year, goes out with a leg injury. How much did your offensive game plan change with that?
Oh, quite a bit. Jordan is more of a running option style quarterback, and Michael's much more of a pocket passer quarterback, and we really didn't change the offense. We try to be as versatile as we can on both sides of the ball, but the emphasis obviously is to the player's strength. And when Michael came in, we had to make quite a change and more of an emphasis on the passing game than we did with Jordan, and that took us a little bit to get used to for him and the receivers to get on the same page. But they've been getting better every week, and Michael started off really well. Getting Jordan back, we've kind of been able to get back to a 50-50 run-pass situation with our kids and been able to use and utilize both Michael and Jordan at the same time. So I think it's made us a better football team. We're still kind of getting there on offense, but I've been really happy with the way Michael's performed this year.
Steve Bueller, the head coach, Washburn Rural, joining us here on the pregame. All right, dissect your 4 losses, the 2 that really pop out, the Shawnee Heights game and then Junction City. You fell down early in both. Fell short against Heights, and then you came back to take the lead against Junction City. They scored 20 unanswered. What was your biggest teaching point from those 2 games specifically to your guys?
Well, one of the things we struggled with, especially early in the season about that same time, was on the defensive side. We struggled a little bit with just consistency on being good in our assignments. We had a lot of breakdowns, just kids trying to do too much. It wasn't that they were doing wrong things. It's just they were trying to do things more of an individual basis instead of working together as a group on defense. And so the big thing for us after those couple of weeks was just trying to get better at that part of the game. We made some personnel adjustments, moved some kids around, and they've been getting a lot better the last couple of weeks. Offensively, it was kind of the same situation, but the thing we really struggled with early on with the offense was just losing Jordan at week 2 against Manhattan. Jordan's been a starting quarterback since last year, guided us to a couple of playoff wins, and then just gearing everything more towards the passing game just kind of threw everything off. So the biggest thing for us was just trying to eliminate as many mistakes as possible. As a coaching staff, we really had to make an effort to try to gear everything towards the kids' strengths that were playing at the time and do those kinds of things to try to help them be more successful and cut out some of those negative plays that we were getting during the course of those couple of weeks. So it's been a process, and we've been getting better, and hopefully we're at a good enough point that we can do well in the playoffs.
You know, historically, the Sunflower League always has been known as one of the better leagues in the state, but the Centennial seems like it's always been a grind. In your 5 years there, how tough has this league been comparable this year to the years past?
One of the interesting things about this year's group in the league was almost every team in the league graduated a lot of seniors off of last year's team. Manhattan graduated almost 22. We graduated 26. Topeka High graduated quite a few. So there was a big changeover. And so I think a lot of people were expecting the league to be down a little bit this year. But to be honest with you, the power schools that were in it were just as they always have been, very strong. The kids stepped in. They were able to reload with upperclassmen and not have to rely too much on underclassmen to fill new spots. And then we had some really good teams like Shawnee Heights has had a really good year after a struggle last year, and so from top to bottom, it's a pretty solid league. And you get tested really well and really early, and I do think it helps prepare us for when we get into a playoff situation.
Steve Bueller, the head coach, Washburn Rural, joining us here on the pregame. All right, what's the biggest challenge, besides the long trip, to play Garden City now in the opening round of the playoffs?
I think, when you look at Garden City or what we see on tape, we see a very well-coached team. They do a nice job of doing a lot of different things, giving you a lot of different looks. Probably the biggest concern for us is we're not the biggest group on the field. They have very good size, and they're very physical to play. Getting off a bus after a long trip, you hope you got your legs under you and you're ready to play. But I know we're going to get tested, and we're going to get tested from the physical side as much as we are anything else. And so I think if we can hold up to the way they play and the intensity they play with and give ourselves a chance towards the end of the ball game, we'll be in good shape.
That was Steve Bueller, the head coach for Topeka Washburn Rural, now in his 5th season. The 54-year-old head coach is 143-77 overall, 23-23 in 5 seasons as the head man for the Junior Blues. We'll take a break. We'll come back. My pregame chat with defensive lineman David Sandoval. That's next on ESPN Radio.
City.
When you walk into the cancer center, it's just like walking in family reunion. I never think about having cancer because I know my doctor's right here. He'll tell it like it is, and he's very honest, thorough, but yet he's so friendly.
Heartland Cancer Center, with the most advanced cancer-fighting technology right here in Garden City, with on-site PET CT and the TrueBeam STX.
We're as home here as we can get.
Supporting the achievements made possible for our community through Garden City Community College's never-ending dedication to our children. Western State Bank is very proud to once again support the Broncbusters for a victorious season. They welcome you into any of their 7 locations in Western Kansas, and they can show you how easy it is to manage your accounts right from your cell phone. Western State Bank, they work hard to make it easy for you.
Back on our pregame show, it's round 1 of the 2017 playoffs. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph, we've got starting defensive lineman David Sandoval. It's been a little bit of I'm assuming, humbling week for you guys following a loss to Great Bend. How has this week been so far in practice?
Coach Hill did something a little different. We graded ourselves, and then we picked someone else that we didn't tell them about, but we graded them on effort and their assignment. And we were there for about 2 hours, and it was just dead silent. I mean, we went through film. We watched almost every single snap, and I mean, we finally realized that it's going to take the whole team to win a game, not just a couple players, and everyone's tired today. Finally, I think that's how it should have been the whole year. We would have been undefeated.
What was most disappointing when you went back and watched the film of what happened last week?
I think what was most disappointing is we killed ourselves. The effort was horrible, I guess you could say. It just wasn't where we needed it to be, and I think pretty much we just killed ourselves, and we finally realized that, and it hurt a little bit more.
David Sandoval joining us here in the pregame. This week, different challenge because you have a team that has struggled running the ball. So when you watch Washburn Rural on film, what's the biggest threat that they pose to you guys this week?
I think the biggest thing would be probably their run game. We watched film on their run game, and they are pretty good. Once the defense slips up, I mean, they're quick. I mean, they'll get after you if you're not fully into the game and ready to play. So, I mean, I think our biggest job right now is to stop the run. And then once we stop the run, they're going to have to start passing. So then our secondary defensive line are going to have to get the pass rush, and then they're going to have to be good behind us too.
I know you never want to take a loss. You already lost to Northwest in a game you arguably should have won, had the big lead. This game, was this an eye-opener for you guys going into the playoffs?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were going in there and we were hoping to win, but I mean, we didn't. I think it was a big eye-opener, and we're ready to play knowing this could be a one and done.
Well, good luck, man.
Thank you.
David Sandoval, starting defensive lineman for Garden City, joining us here on the pregame. He had a block punt last week that eventually set up a touchdown deep in Great Bend territory, but in the end, the Buffaloes were gashed on the ground. And against Great Bend, they gave up 264 yards rushing. And on the offensive side, they turned it over 5 times. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Tonight's starting lineups, the keys, and the opening kick. It's round 1 of the 6A playoffs. Garden City and Washburn Rural next on ESPN Radio.
support Garden City Community College, our community, and appreciate being part of helping our kids reach their goals. Timeout Sports Bar and Grill would like to offer a big Go Broncbusters throughout the season. Stop by anytime for a delicious meal in the cafe or enjoy the live entertainment and DJs for those nights out on the town. Timeout Sports Bar and Grill on Taylor Avenue, just north of 5 Points in Garden City.
Get ready to go online at Garden City Community College. GC3 Online Campus gives you the opportunity to learn anytime, anywhere. GC3 Online is perfect for high school students who want to earn college credit while still in high school or are working and need to take classes on their own time.
I am a single working mom. On nights and weekends, my living room is my classroom. I like the affordability and support I receive from GC3 Online Campus.
Garden City Community College. From here you can go anywhere.
Back at Buffalo Stadium, alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph, your AAA Pawn pregame show where seeing is believing. Buy and sell jewelry, firearms, and electronic devices today. Round 1 of the 6A playoffs. The winner of this game will take on the winner of the Wichita South Topeka game, which, again, if you're a Las Vegas gambler, go ahead and pencil in Topeka for round number 2. Let's get into tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Peachway Frozen Yogurt. Eating healthy never tasted so good. Come indulge at 1110 Campus Avenue in Garden City.
Pump up the volume.
Nunez goes for it all in the end zone, and Justin Ford is Herman. He's got it up the right sideline. Touchdown, Garden City.
Let's meet the Buffalo's offensive starters.
Garrett Dahl, quarterback, class of 2018.
Ethan Martin, junior, fullback. Quentin LaPointe, running back, senior. Lane Durst, sophomore, wide receiver. Ty Davis, class of 2019.
David Ortega, class of 2018.
Raul Rubalcaba, offensive line, senior.
Christopher Henderson, offensive line, senior.
Jacob Griffin, offensive line, senior.
Marcus Elliott, left tackle, senior.
Refugio Chires, offensive line, class of 2020.
Get after it.
Quick drop, throws over the middle, it's intercepted by Herrera. Left side numbers 30. LaPointe out in front blocking. 10-5, touchdown Zeke Herrera. A 40-yard pick six.
It's time to meet the Buffalo's starting defense.
Marcus Elliott, defensive tackle, senior.
Jasper Parton, defensive end, senior.
David Sandoval, nose, senior.
Ethan Crone, D-end, junior. Brandon Angelis, DB, senior. Ryan Jarmer, linebacker, junior. Nick Coghill, middle linebacker, class of 2018. Caleb LaPointe, weak safety, junior.
Carlos Acasa, cornerback, sophomore.
Aaron Lira, cornerback, senior.
David Ortega, defensive back, senior.
That's the starting lineups for the Buffaloes, again brought to you by Peachway Frozen Yogurt. Let's meet the Topeka Washburn Rural Junior Blues at 4-4. They finished 4-4 in the, again, ultra-competitive Centennial League. They finished in 5th place, and under the direction of offensive coordinator Dwayne Zlatnick, who started Rossville for Coach Bueller when he was there, was a 3-time state wrestling champ, and played offensive line at KU. Speaking of the offensive line, at right tackle is Carson Younger, 6'4", 185-pound junior. Court Madison gets the start at right guard, 6'2", 190-pound sophomore. Dalton Reed is the center. Will Cummins, 6'2", 260-pound senior at left guard. And then Jacob Glendinning, 6'6", 300-pound senior, considered one of the best offensive linemen in Topeka at the left tackle spot. The receiver is Preston Williams, 36 catches, 560 yards and 5 touchdowns. Braden Breckenridge and Jalen Johnson. Tailback, Jalen Carter and Jordan White, who started the year as the starting quarterback, led them to the 3rd round of the 6A playoffs a year ago. 44 carries for 245. He broke a bone in his leg, was out for 4 weeks, and now he is back. So that's the starting offense for the Junior Blues. The defense, they run a 3-4. Jacob Glendinning, Bryce Hill, Garrett Fritz, the down lineman. Trevor Hauser, Tyler Latson, Jack Hamilton, and J.C. Crowell, the linebackers. Jalen Carter, Sean Marcus are the corners, and then Tyler Cummings and Joey Blakesley are the starting safety men. That's the starting lineups for Topeka Washburn Rural. Let's get to the keys to tonight's game, brought to you by Western State Bank.
Well, Mike, it's obvious Quentin LaPointe won't be playing the ball game. He's out there as one of the captains, and he is not dressed, only in his street clothes. So we'll get some running backs. But, Mike, my key to the game is getting the effort right off the bat here for this ball team. Like I said, last week was maybe a nightmare. This time that we're going to wake up, you know that Coach Hill is going to have this team ready to go. Not afraid of it. Teamwork's going to be another big deal. But, Mike, defensive line, offensive line.
Washburn Rural has won the toss and elected to defer their option in the second half. They will kick. Guys, shake hands.
So Washburn Rural will kick to Garden City here to begin this game.
Q being out of the ball game, Mike, and I tell you what, that's... And I'll just put the old darn it on there. Let's put it that way, because what an effort this young man has given since his freshman year. He's been beat up every single year, but he answers the call. And, Mike, then this is just one of these injuries that you do not answer the call on. I mean, the world has changed a little bit. Precaution leads the way. But, boy, I tell you what a great effort this guy gave this team this year. When they needed a running back that could carry the ball and carry that for 30 times, Mike, Quentin LaPointe, be a guy I will mark down in my memory banks as being a fun guy to watch. And the meaning of a Buffalo, I'll put it right there with Quentin LaPointe.
Tonight's weather report brought to you by American Ag Credit, offering a broad range of agricultural loan, leasing, and insurance services. 45 degrees, winds coming out of the north, which is where Garden City will be moving into first. Between 20 and 30 miles an hour. Tonight's opening kick brought to you by A&A Body Shop, Topeka Washburn Rural, and the white pants and shirts, the blue helmets. Garden City, the gray pants, the brown shirts, the white helmets. Second all-time meeting between these two teams. Winner moves to round 2 next week. Buffaloes get it first, an end-over-end kick by Joey Blakesley, fielded by David Ortega at the 1-yard line. Right up the right side, numbers across the 30, gets a block 40, 47-yard line, and shoved out of bounds over there by Garrett Kaiser, the kicker. And they'll give him the 47-yard line. That's a 46-yard return. So Kaiser was actually in there as the place kicker, not Blakesley. 1st and 10, Garden City.
Nice kick. Great job by the kickoff return, Mike. And good job there by David Ortega. He gets the ball and he's coming up, Mike. He is not selling his lane yet. He's letting the blocks placed, able to break a little arm tackle and kick it to the outside, follow the blocks. Nice return. 1st and 10, Garden City moving right to left, right hash at their own 48. Davis right, 3 receivers left. They hand it off to Ryan Jarmer, in for the injured Quentin LaPointe, and he's up the middle right to midfield. Tyler Latson, who had a pick 6 a couple of weeks ago against Topeka Seaman, in on that tackle for Topeka Washburn Rural. It's a gain of 2, 2nd and 8, Garden City. Mike, the hole was there. Jarmer just might have stumbled over his own feet just to get that 2 yards and actually run into the back of one of our own offensive linemen.
Washburn Rural allowing the 3rd most yards per game on the ground in the city. Only Highland Park and Topeka West allowed more. 2nd and 8, Garden City from midfield. Davis comes as one of 2 receivers left. They set up a screen left to Kreitzer, and it's incomplete. No whistle yet. Kreitzer never actually caught the ball. I think they're going to rule this a fumble. That should have been incomplete because Kreitzer never had control of the ball. Recovering the loose ball back at his own 27 is Ryan Jarmer, and they're going to say that's a fumble and a loss of 23.
Okay, news to you, do not run that again. I cannot stand seeing that play. We see it in the pros, we see it in college, we see it down here at the community college. Very seldom does that thing work, where you're trying to set up some kind of wide receiver screen. I know that you were trying to run over, have a big wall set over here and get Kreitzer, but they sniffed that out right off. As soon as he turned to throw the ball, Mike, they had a guy on the play.
Put it back to the 27, a loss of 23. It's 3rd and 31 for Garden City. Trap handoff off right tackle goes Jarmer, and he's flipped head over heels. Right hash mark at the 31-yard line, J.C. Crowell. The outside linebacker makes the stop knee high. It's a gain of 4, so the Buffaloes on their first possession go backwards, and it's 4th and 27. They'll punt.
Mike, great job by Rubicava. He got out to the outside, made a nice little block. Jarmer just doesn't have that speed where he can break somebody down or maybe do that inside, then pop to the outside move. He's just basically a straight-up runner.
Tyler Cummings back deep to receive the punt. 9:58 to go, scoreless first of this opening round playoff game. The winner plays either Topeka or Wichita South. End over end kick from Flores. Fair catch signaled for and made by Cummings at his own 42. That's a punt of 27. Nothing on the return. 9:46 remaining in the opening quarter on your Complete Nutrition Scoreboard. No score.
And now we'll see a Washburn Rural offense that's directed by starting quarterback Mike Schurig. His dad, Craig, is the head football coach at Washburn and has been for the last 17 years. So now 1st and 10 for Washburn Rural, moving left to right between the hash marks at their own 42. Going wide left is Hayden Curry. Schurig's in the pistol. Behind him is Jordan White. White again started the year as the starting quarterback. It's a jet sweep to the near side right. That's Braden Breckenridge. He's met at the 45, driven out right sideline at the 46 by the linebacker Ryan Jarmer. It's a gain of 4. It's 2nd and 6.
Lyra's got to go attack him. Instead, Lyra came to a complete stop and let the running back make the contact. Lyra, go get him. Put a pop on him.
Now they put it to the 45 on the right hash. 2nd and 7 for Washburn Rural from there. Jalen Johnson right, 3 receivers left. Schurig will throw. Uncorks one left sideline, incomplete at the Buffalo 30. As he tried to hit Curry, but step for step was Carlos Acosta, whose 5 interceptions led the WAC during the regular season. 3rd and 7, Washburn Rural at their own 45.
Great job, though, by Flores, Mike, on that snap. I tell you, Jarmer has done a great job since his sophomore year snapping the ball. That's one of the worst snaps I've seen him have. He rolled back there. Flores had to field it, then get rid of it. Did a great job getting rid of the ball.
Jalen Johnson right. Breckenridge, Curry. 3 receivers left on 3rd and 7. Washburn Rural from their own 45. It's Jordan White on a carry going left, breaking tackles, left side numbers, and as a first down to the Buffalo 44. David Ortega stuck his helmet to make a chest-high tackle. That's first down yardage on a 3rd down and 7, and it gains 11.
I tell you, great job by Crone, because Crone couldn't get there, Mike. He went and talked to the white hat. He clearly got held out there. He tried to turn his back, take off running, and he's got the offensive lineman holding him. He went and told the white hat. White said he saw nothing.
Curry left. 3 receivers come right. Breckenridge is over there with Jalen Carter. 1st and 10 for Washburn Rural from the Buffalo 44 to screen right to Jalen Carter is incomplete at the 48-yard line of Garden City. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Washburn Rural from the Buffalo 44 with 9:11 to play in a scoreless first.
Good job, Garden City High School volleyball women. 3rd straight year they've made it to state. They're 27-8, but Mike, they took on very first team was Blue Valley West and lost both sets. That puts them in a bad position. You've got to win at least 2 sets, in my opinion. You've got to win 2 matches there. Now they've got to go get in Washburn Rural, who's number 2 in state, and then Lawrence at 7:30. 2nd
and 10, Washburn Rural, left hash at the Buffalo 44. 3 receivers right, zone option read. Schurig keeps, left sideline 40, escorted out at the 35-yard line, and over there to force him out was Jonathan Gomez. They're going to give him the 32, so that's a gain of 12, and Washburn Rural moves the chains in a first down.
Great fake by Schurig, Mike. Nice job there. We went with it all the way. He was able to get to the outside, had no contain on the outside. We went for the ball carrier. Just a great fake.
Impressive opening drive for Rural. 6th play of this opening march. 1st and 10, left hash at the Buffalo 33. Curry and Breckenridge left. 2 receivers, Johnson and Carter right. Schurig under pressure out of the pistol. Back shoulder throw left sideline incomplete to Curry at the 14. Jasper Parton putting the pressure on the quarterback Schurig. 2nd and 10, Washburn Rural from the Buffalo 33.
Great job by the defense, Mike. We read man-to-man to the outside. Let's go ahead and blitz, see if they're going to try to throw it on first down. We guessed right, was able to put pressure on the quarterback. Bad throw.
2nd and 10, Washburn Rural from the Buffalo 33. 2 receivers left and right. Schurig sets up a middle screen. That's caught chest high by White. Angles left towards the sideline and tackled waist high near the 22 by Caleb LaPointe, the defensive back. That's a gain of 11 on 2nd down and 10. And Washburn Rural has their 3rd first down of their opening drive.
I don't know if Steve Bueller scripted the plays right here. Sometimes you'll have coaches script 15 plays. Great job at scripting, because right now they have thrown everything at the Buffaloes and got us on our heels.
1st and 10, Washburn Rural, left hash at the Buffalo 22. Curry left, Breckenridge comes right with Carter and Johnson. In the pistol, Schurig, blindside blitz, hit as he throws, incomplete left sideline. Jasper Parton again coming through untouched on a pass intended for Curry near the 15. So now 2nd down and 10, Washburn Rural at the Buffalo 22.
If Jasper Parton is not playing football next year, Mike, I might eat your shoe, because it would be a disappointment, whether he's redshirted or playing somewhere, it will be a disappointment that if somebody doesn't recognize the talent of number 44 out there.
8:40 to go in a scoreless first. 2nd and 10, Washburn Rural at the Buffalo 22. Curry split left with Breckenridge. Johnson comes right with Carter. Schurig in the pistol, Breckenridge in motion left to right. They hand it to him on a jet sweep left to right. And filling the outside is Brandon Angeles to twist him down. Back to the 23. Forward progress will give him inside the 23. Now they just put it back to the 23. It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd and 11 for Washburn Rural.
Mike, I don't know what the white hat, his definition of a hold is, but 58 out there. I mean, I said, we're turning and going after the ball, and we're being held from behind by our shoulder pad.
It's Carson Younger.
I mean, good gravy. I don't know what it takes, and that's right out in the open.
3rd and 11, Washburn Rural, right hash at the Buffalo 23. 3 receivers left. Schurig whistles one that way. Caught by Carter, but immediately hit by David Ortega, left sideline at the 17. Ortega got there just as the ball arrived. That's a gain of 6, and it's 4th down and 5, and that was a huge hit on Jalen Carter.
That was a great throw by Schurig, though, too, Mike. He's going opposite direction, turns around, and just throws a laser across the body. That had to be 30 yards. Great job by Ortega getting there and covering the play.
Schurig, 2 of 6 on that opening drive for 17 yards. And now you're kind of in that no man's land, but you do have the wind behind you. This would be a 33-yard field goal. There is an injury again. That's Jalen Carter on the far side of the field. 8:20 remaining here in the opening quarter alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. The winner of this game moves on to the 2nd round of the 6A playoffs next week. It'll be against either Topeka, who lost only 1 game during the regular season. That was to Manhattan. Or Wichita South, who finished 1-7. If Topeka wins, Garden City wins, they head to Topeka. If South somehow pulls the upset and there's the plague or something, Garden City wins, then the Buffaloes will be at home next week.
Nice drive that's going on here by Washburn Rural.
10 plays, 41 yards.
I want somebody to make a play right here. I know they're kicking for the field goal, but let's get the defense make a play and set the table for the offense.
Grant Kaiser for a 33-yard field goal. Left hash, Jordan White will hold it with the wind behind him. The snap is back, the placement is good. The line drive, end over end kick, and he missed it to the left. So the Buffalo defense bends, but they don't break. And with 8:10 left in the first quarter on your complete nutrition scoreboard, no score, Buffaloes take over.
Mike, we do a great job putting a rush up the middle. And we had that rush again right up the middle, was able to break through. Just a bad, really honestly a bad kick by the kicker. Just a little bit low, kick the ball a little bit higher on the ball than he wanted to.
1st and 10, Garden City moving right to left. Between the hash marks at their own 20. No score, their 2nd offensive possession. Their first one went backwards and they punted on 4th and 27. Ortega right. Davis and Kreitzer left. It's a half diamond for Dahl, who takes a shotgun snap. Hands it for David Ortega off of left tackle. Cuts back to the right. His knee never touched down. Ortega, they're going to whistle him down at the 25-yard line, but the knee never touched the ground. That's a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Mike, I'm going to sound like a record, and I don't care, but if David Ortega is not playing football next year, I'll eat your other shoe, and I hope you're wearing sandals, by the way. But the thing is, I mean, we've got some great athletes out here. It is fun to watch these guys play. Ortega, went over from that safety spot, immediately goes over to wide receiver, very successful now, running back, nice run right there.
Sexton and Davis right, Ortega left. Now Ortega motions to the left of Garrett Dahl on 2nd and 5, Buffaloes from their own 25. This is Ryan Jarmer on a counter. Left side numbers as a 1st down to the Garden City 31. And that's Sean Marcus, the defensive back. 3-sport athlete, football, baseball, and wrestling in on the stop. It's a gain of 6, and the Buffaloes move the chains.
Great job there by Shy Reds. He had to pull Mike from the right side and go over to the left side and kick out the defensive end. Got the job done. Jarmer able to get some positive yards. Nice play.
1st and 10, Garden City left hash at their own 31. Sexton goes in a slot right, wide right Davis. To the near side left is Kreitzer. It's a direct snap this time to David Ortega. A little wildcat from Brian Hill, again short-handed without Quentin LaPointe. And Ortega runs up the middle to the 37. And the tackle made by Nathan Gentine, the backup linebacker. That's a gain of 6. It's 2nd and 4.
Boy, Mike, I like the play calling that we have going on right now. We've got this offense moving. Keep it rolling.
2nd and 4, Garden City from their own 37 between the hash marks. 6:40 left in a scoreless first. Davis split right with Sexton. Dahl's back in the shotgun. Ortega on his left hip. The H-back right is Ethan Smith. They give it to Ortega, trying the right side, and this time not much running room. Parker Lally along with Jacob Glendening combine on the stop. They'll give him the 37, so no gain. Right hash mark, and it's 3rd and 4 Garden City.
Welcome fans from around the world to the BBS. They do a great job here at the high school. It is a broadcasting unit that has celebrated 42 years, doing a great job. They get awards, over 50 of them last year, Mike. They do a fantastic job. How about KBFZ, also LP? That's the FM side, 101.7 FM. Listen to the 80s. Good stuff. Nice job there by Chewy Bernal.
3rd and 4 Garden City from their own 37. Davis left, 2 receivers right. Zone option read. They pitch it back to Kreitzer. Cuts up the numbers to the near side, and he is drilled back at the 36-yard line. They didn't fool Tyler Cummings up the near side numbers. They'll give him the 35. It's a loss of 2. It's 4th and 6, and the Buffaloes will punt again.
Mike, their defense is doing a great job on the outside. Basically a zone read. When they see Kreitzer coming in motion, they know that we want to get the ball to Kreitzer. He's got some great wheels. Thing is that they're staying in that zone, and they're not being forced by following a man across and getting out of position. Nice job there on defense.
Flores' first punt into the wind went 27 yards. He'll punt again here with 5:15 to go in a scoreless first. Waist-high snap, rugby-style kick, end over end, a good kick over Cummings' head. Bounces up the near side numbers inside the 25 and rolls to a stop near the 23. That's a 42-yard punt. Nothing on the return. 4:59 remaining. First quarter on your complete nutrition scoreboard, no score. Washburn Rural moved it the last time from their own 42 to the Buffalo 17, Ross, but they missed a 33-yard field goal.
And Garden City had some good things going, Mike, running the ball, but then we try to go to the outside again. It is not there. I'd like to see us put the ball up in the air, but the thing is, oh my God, we've been in this turnover, I guess I'm going to call it turnover offense for some odd reason. We've turned the ball over, fumbled the ball, we have dropped passes, we've had receivers run wrong routes, and then we just, like I said, just throw an interception every now and then. Cut that down, we can be in a ball game. Now defense needs to stand up here and get another stop.
Garden City 4-4 all-time in the postseason under Brian Hill. 1st and 10 Washburn Rural from their own 23. It's Jalen Carter on a delay going left, and Ethan Crone sniffed it out between the hash marks back at the 21. It's a loss of 2 at 2nd and 12.
Mike, I liked what Coach Bueller said. You do understand that the Sunflower generally gets most of the paper back there at the KC Star, Capital Journal, but the Centennial also very, very stud conference also. But I like what he had to say. A lot of seniors left that entire league last year. Everybody had to rebuild. This is what to see the result of.
Curry goes left with Jordan White to the near side right, Breckenridge. 2nd down and 12. Washburn Rural from their own 21. Shurigan the pistol, play action, looks left, fires left, and that's caught by Curry. Left hash mark to the 26, tumbled down by David Ortega. Gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 7, Washburn Rural.
Good defense going on right there. Nice play. Stayed right there on the receiver. Catches the ball, just takes him right down. Nice play.
Second tackle for Ortega. 3rd and 7, Washburn Rural from their own 26. Opponents this year converting just 22% against this Buffalo defense on 3rd down. 3:53 to go in a scoreless first. Curry goes wide right with Jordan White. Breckenridge to the near side. Schurig in the shotgun. Buffaloes rush 8. Schurig well protected. Floats one up the left sideline, incomplete. Near midfield for White. In coverage that time was Carlos Acosta. Washburn Rural goes 3 downs and out, no punt.
And I like that when you got a long play here, 3rd and long. Like I said, you bring in the defense, get the blitz coming right up the middle, get it right in the face of the quarterback. You don't want him to get back and get some time. Nice job on the outside by Acosta, single man coverage, great play.
Grant Kaiser, who was dealing with an injury, a severe ankle injury earlier in the season, is back deep to punt. David Ortega waits at his own 35-yard line. Off the side of the foot, barely getting away, a booming kick. Ortega fields at his own 33 and calls for a fair catch. 41-yard punt, a boomer, and nothing on the return. 3:30 remaining here in the first quarter on your complete nutrition scoreboard of this 6A opening round playoff game Garden City and Washburn Rural scoreless.
Hope good things for the cross country tomorrow. The girls run at 10 o'clock. They get things started. If you're going, get there early. Krista Linnenberger, Derek Algram have done a fantastic job. Hope good things for the cross country women and men tomorrow. Both qualified again, Mike.
Buffalo's -2 total yards of offense. 1st and 10 from their own 34. Ortega goes right with Sexton and Davis. Ethan Smith is the tight end left. Dahl now in a half diamond. Chest high snap will hand it for Jarmer. Zigs and zags, goes off right tackle with some running room. Right hash mark to the 41. Tackled there by Nathan Gentine, but there is a flag down, and we'll check it.
And Mike, guess what it will be? Because they haven't called holding on the white shirts, but I bet this will be hold here on the brown shirts.
Your knowledge is amazing.
Well, it's just one of those things that you see the stuff right out in the wide open.
Holding, number 70 offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay the down.
And you've got to call it.
So what you're saying is you need to call it both ways.
Well, Mike, you know what? I think it was Snyder that said this, Coach Snyder, that be consistent. I'm not saying the officials are bad, and I'm not saying they're good, but be consistent. Either consistently good or consistently bad, but the biggest thing is be consistent.
Puts it back to the 22. 1st and 22, Garden City right hash. They're moving right to left into the wind with no score. 3:09 left here in the first quarter. Davis right, 3 receivers left on the pistol. Washburn Rural rushes 3 on a slant. That's caught. Up the middle goes Kreitzer. Out to the 34, and he's twisted down by the safety, Joey Blakesley, at the 33. Gains 11 back, and it's 2nd and 11, Garden City.
Oh, great play right there. I like how he got the wide receivers covered and went down there and just did a little curl. Then here comes Kreitzer, kind of sneaks in there, a little 45. Nice pass by Dahl.
No score, 2:40 remaining in the first. 2nd and 11, Garden City at their own 33. Davis lined up on the numbers right. Kreitzer and Ortega there as well. Sexton comes left with Dahl in the pistol. Takes the snap, looks left on a comeback route. Helmet high, two-handed grab. Up the numbers by Sexton, and he twists his way near the 45. Jalen Carter, the defensive back, makes the stop. That's a gain of 12 and a Buffalo first down.
And Mike Garrett is a stronger passer by sitting back there where he can step into it. Once he starts rolling out, arm strength goes away a little bit, accuracy goes away. Just a nice play right there. Sexton's able to go up the field, stop, and actually come back, and he gets that little space. When he makes that turn, the ball's in the air. Just a nice passer by Dahl.
Dahl 3 for 3 thus far. 1st and 10, Buffalo's from their own 45. In the pistol line this time is Dahl. Play action. Looks over the middle, fires on a post, and it's dropped by Sexton. Up the left hash mark at the 35-yard line of Washburn Rural. Sitting back in coverage was Blakesley. That was there, and it's 2nd and 10.
Mike, I'm going to say this, and you know how I feel that if the ball hits your hands, you've got to make that catch. How bad do you want that ball? That's exactly what I'm going to say. I know there's a defensive player in the area. That's a ball that should have been caught.
And if he makes a clean catch, he splits the defense. He's gone. 2nd and 10, Garden City left hash at their own 45. Davis, Ortega, and Kreitzer right. Sexton comes left. Dahl on the pistol, play action, looks right, throws right. That's caught by Ortega on the hash mark at the 50, ducking and weaving, and he's to the Washburn Rural 45-yard line, dragged down by J.C. Kroll, the outside linebacker. Nifty running by David Ortega. It's a gain of 10, and it should be enough for a first down.
Mike, us passing the ball and already showing them that we can pass the ball to the outside, even though it hadn't worked. Nice job right there, because we go and look like we're looking at Kreitzer. So when we look at Kreitzer, we're able to pull up 27 Hauser. He actually clears an area right there. Ortega steps right into where he was. Then we go right back to Ortega. Nice play.
5th play of this drive. 1st and 10, Garden City from the Washburn Rural 45. Dahl play action, looks left, comes back to the right, and an errant throw up the right sideline to Ortega at the 40-yard line of Washburn Rural. Sean Marcus had the coverage. It's 2nd and 10, Garden City.
Well, Mike, I like what we're doing. Like I said, I like how we're mixing things up and basically setting up that last play right there to Kreitzer with the pass that went to the outside, and then try to get Kreitzer to the outside on a couple series earlier. Then we look at him, draws that defense up. Man, it's just a beautiful play to get Ortega fit right in. That time, just a little bit too much.
1:38 to go in a scoreless first. 2nd and 10, Buffaloes from the Washburn Rural 45. 6th play of this drive. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Zone option read. Dahl will keep. Runs up the middle between the hash marks. Dodges a couple of defenders. And Tyler Latson, the linebacker, trips him up at the Washburn Rural 42, gain of 3, and now it's 3rd down and 7.
Good read by Dahl. He's reading the defensive end, saw that it was not there to hand the ball off, so he was able to sidestep one of the offensive linemen, get up there and get some positive yardage. Mike, superintendent for Garden City US 457, Steve Carlin. Dr. Steve Carlin does a great job. How about our school board also?
Buffalo's 0 for 3 on 3rd down, 3rd and 7 from the Washburn Rural 37, goes pass right, that's intercepted. Picked off by Jack Hamilton, the linebacker, runs up the left sideline out near midfield. Hamilton, whose career was nearly over a couple of years ago when he broke a bone just below his knee. Huge interception there, and he returns it 12 yards to the Buffalo 48.
Mike, he just sat back in that defense, hardly moved from where he was once the ball was snapped, and just moved right over. Garrett didn't see him. He was looking beyond and just said, you know, I'm going to pass the ball. Hamilton just steps right in there and makes a nice catch. Basically, that's one of those passes right there. Garrett did not see Hamilton sitting there. Hamilton's a big dude, but that's where Garrett's focus was beyond Hamilton.
Washburn Rural, they said he stepped out of bounds at his own 49. They take over with less than a minute to play in the first, no score. 1st and 10, Washburn Rural at their own 49. It's Jordan White off left guard, and he squeezes through a hole down to the Buffalo 47. DeMarcus Elliott on the stop for Garden City. That'll gain 4, 2nd and 6, Washburn Rural.
Ouch, Mike. Turnovers have just, man, that hurts. I mean, we have had turnover city here last 3 to 4 games.
Had 5 last week against Great Bend.
Struggled in that Northwest game.
Garrett Dahl throwing his 10th interception of the season. 2nd and 6, Washburn Rural at the Buffalo 47. Schurig will throw. Pop fly pass down the middle, and he found a crease in the zone, and Jordan White, twisting and turning up the left hash mark, has a 2-hand chest-high grab at the 31-yard line against Ortega. That's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for Washburn Rural.
And it was a great pass. Jonathan Gomez got caught looking into the backfield, not paying attention to the receiver that was coming across the middle. Ball just tossed right over the top of him. Great pass.
Final 10 seconds of the first. 1st and 10, Washburn Rural at the Buffalo 31. Jalen Carter trots in motion left to right. Misdirection handoff to Jordan White, and he plunges off left guard down to the 28. And tackling him from behind, Ethan Crone and David Sandoval. Gain of 3, and that's the final play of the opening quarter. So the Buffalo start moving the ball, and then Garrett Dahl's intercepted. Meantime, when we come back to start the second, it'll be 2nd down and 7 for Washburn Rural. No score after 1 on your Complete Nutrition Scoreboard on ESPN Radio.
Care for, a future to plan for, assets to protect.
1 minute here, 1 minute.
With so many challenges to face every day, isn't it a good thing to know there's one company prepared
looks
to help
over the
you meet
middle,
them all?
fires on a
Prudential
post, and it's
Insurance
dropped
Company of
by
America,
Sexton.
the place
Off
people
the
turn
left.
to for the things that matter most. Call your local financial
Pass
professional.
right, that's
Greg Hills and
intercepted.
Eddie,
Picked off by Jack Hamilton.
620-276-6202 to help you with your insurance and financial needs. The number again is 620-276-6202. Insurance issued by the Prudential Insurance Company of America.
So here's the deal. Check cashing, money transfer, and MoneyGram. Firearms, game systems, electronics, reloading supplies, buy and sell jewelry. Now, we could sit here and tell you all the services that AAA Pawn in Garden City offers, but this is only a 30-second commercial. So come see for yourself what separates AAA Pawn from everyone else. 132 West Kansas Avenue in Garden City and online at AAAPawnGC.com. Make sure to like them on Facebook. AAA Pawn, where seeing is believing.
Start of the second quarter alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff, no score. Washburn Rural 2nd and 8 at the Buffalo 29. Junior Blues outgained the Buffalo 66-34 in that first quarter. They're now moving right to left into that northerly wind, which is gusting in excess of 30. 3 receivers, Carter, Breckenridge, and Jalen Johnson go right. Curry will come to the near side left. We have not seen Preston Williams, who was their number 1 wideout. Shurig's in the pistol. Behind him is Jordan White. This offense with White on the field, whether he's quarterback or running back, is so much more explosive with him in there. Schurig with a balanced stance, a knee-high snap, designed rollout under pressure. Sets up a screen right, and it's dropped by Carter. Right side numbers at the Buffalo 35, and that was Jonathan Gomez applying the pressure on Schurig. It's 3rd and 8, Washburn Rural.
Mike, sometimes you get those guys that come in on a blitz, and they don't commit. They see the quarterback's going to throw the ball, so they start looking where he's going to throw the ball and not commit. Great job there by number 24, Gomez. He commits. His sole idea right there, his job is just come in, go after the quarterback, able to chase the quarterback and hurry the throw. Nice play.
Washburn Rural 1 of 4 on third down, 3rd and 8 left hash at the Buffalo 29. 3 receivers, right, 1 left. Shurigan the gun, play action. Sets up a screen, caught left by White. Eludes to Marcus Elliott, back to the right. And he's finally dumped near the 26-yard line. Ethan Crone getting downfield to make the tackle. That's a gain of 3. So now it's 4th and 5 coming up for Washburn Rural.
Yeah, an interesting call here for Bueller. I think he goes for it, Mike. Kind of, like you said, you're in that no man's land. You got a little bit of a breeze now. It's, you know, it's windy all day long, but you've got a wind that's going into you. You got to go for it here.
Teams are 9 of 18 on 4th down against this Garden City defense this year. 4th and 5. Washburn Rural, the Buffalo 26, no score. Nearly a minute gone by in the second. Carter, Breckenridge, and Johnson right. Curry comes left. Shurigan the gun, zone option read. He'll give it to Jordan White, and he is buried behind the line of scrimmage. Ethan Crone not fooled. Tackles him back left hash mark at the 29. That loses 3, and the Buffaloes will take over on downs.
Great read there by Crone. Also Gomez right up there too. Nice play right there by the defense. What you're going to do is not give the quarterback any kind of time. We ran right into their run. Nice play. I like that.
Buffaloes take over, now moving left to right with 11:04 left in a scoreless second quarter.
Let's see if we can get this Dahl to Davis connection going here somewhere down the line.
Kreitzer will go in a slot left. Wide left, Derek Sexton. Ty Davis will come to the near side right. Ethan Smith is the tight end left. Dahl now in the shotgun. To his right is Jarmer. Again, no Quentin LaPointe tonight, out with a concussion. Chest high snap to Dahl. Hands for Jarmer. Hit at the line and driven backwards. Maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's Jack Hamilton. Hamilton, who had to be convinced after breaking that bone below his knee a couple of years ago as a sophomore to play football again, and he is back and stronger than ever. They will give him the 28. It's a loss of a yard. It's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11, Garden City from their own 28. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Dahl in the gun. Washburn Rural comes on a twist. They rush 5. Dahl under pressure. Slides to his left. Will throw on the run. Down the left sideline for Kreitzer. He's got it. Over the shoulder grab at the Washburn Rural 32-yard line. Perfect throw by Dahl. It's a gain of 40 and a Buffalo first down.
Great job by the offensive line to give Dahl some time. He's looking at Davis over here on the right side. Davis is well covered. Great job of defense by Washburn Rural. Dahl goes away from him. He starts looking downfield, can start feeling a little bit of pressure, and able to throw a nice pass there. Andrew Kreitzer able to chase it down, do that little toe tap. Nice play.
He beat Jalen Carter. 1st and 10, Buffalo's left hash at the Washburn Rural 32. Dahl in the shotgun, a knee-high snap. Hands for Jarmer. Hit behind the line, coming back to the right. And again, it's Jack Hamilton back at the 36-yard line. That's a loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14.
Boy, a great job by the defense. They are starting to guess our snap and made a nice little rush right there to get right up the middle on us. They beat our offensive line. We know the snap.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter, no score. Buffalo's driving again across midfield. The last time they moved it across the 50, Garrett Dahl was intercepted. 2nd and 14 at the Washburn Rural 36. Ethan Smith's the tight end left. Ortega's now to the right of Dahl. To the left is Jarmer. Knee-high snap, play action. Dahl sets up a screen left, caught by Ortega on the number is 40. Spins off the tackler 35. And dumped there by Tyler Latson at the 34. Just inside the left numbers. All that dancing gains only 2, and it's 3rd and 12.
And really didn't sell it very well, though, but we get the ball to Ortega. Nice job, though, by Washburn Rural rallying to the ball. Ortega able to break 3 or 4 tackles. Really didn't get a whole lot there, but we didn't sell it that long, Mike. Need to kind of look out, back up a little bit, get that offensive lineman coming after you.
Dahl is 6 of 9 for 52 yards. 3rd and 12 Garden from the Washburn Rural 34. 3 receivers right. Dahl in the gun. Fires over the middle. Ortega's got it. Right hash mark near the 27. And he's hit with a helmet to his waist by J.C. Crowell, the linebacker. They're going to say the 28. So that gains 6. So now it's 4th and 6 coming up for Garden City.
And no doubt for Brian Hill, because you are in this no man's land, if you will. I mean, Flores has got a big leg. Thing is, I don't think he's got that big of leg. So what would that be, Mike? That's going to go, what, 29, 39?
45 yards.
Yeah.
4th and 7. Buffalo's at the Washburn Rural 29. They'll go for it. Dahl looks left, comes back to the right on a post for Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, Ty Davis. Right up the seam. Perfectly thrown ball by Garrett Dahl. It's a 29-yard touchdown on 4th and 7. And the Buffaloes strike first here in the second.
Nice job by Davis. Had two the outside, able to get that separation, but it's Dahl right there with the offensive line, give him a nice job of blocking, able to step into it, and then you just lead him out there, toss the ball out there. Davis able to run it down. Nice catch. Good pass.
Anthony Flores for the extra point. So the Buffaloes, for the 7th time in their 9 games, score first. Carlos Acosta will hold. The snap is back. The placement is good. The end over end kick right down the middle. 8:30 to play here on your complete nutrition scoreboard in the second quarter. Garden City 7, Washburn Rural nothing on ESPN Radio.
Trick, just treats.
All right, 1 minute here, 1 minute.
Double treating you with buy one item and get a second item of equal or lesser value
45
for 50%
yards.
off.
4th and 7. Buffaloes at the Washburn Rural 29. They'll go for it.
Mattresses save on everything. What a great way to get
4th
that new furniture.
Second.
Nice job.
Here in the second.
Maybe it's time to update the guest bedroom mattress in yours. Treat yourself.
Here in Western Kansas, we know trucks, and nobody has a better selection than Lewis Automotive Group. And with top brands like Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota, and Nissan, we're sure to have the truck you want. And remember, you'll always get it for less at Lewis.
While supplies last. 0 down and only $21 a month. Get the whole family switched and save even more with the multi-line plan. Only $25 a month for all additional lines of service. Come into United Wireless and get a great phone with a great plan. 0 down and $21 a month. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
United Wireless, best coverage, best network, best value.
Your Lewis Motors drive summary. 6 plays, 71 yards, and 234, aided by the 40-yard hookup. Dahl to Kreitzer, then a touchdown pass. Dahl hitting Davis for 29 yards. 7-0 Garden City with 8:30 left here in the first half. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. Ensuing kickoff fielded left side hash mark at the 11 by Tyler Cummings. Goes to his right, and he's out to the 25. And the special teams tackle made by Gonzalo Alcantar at the 25 after a 14-yard return. So Washburn Rural now down 7-0. We'll start moving right to left at their own 25.
Mike, big try. Boy, I like that right there. Able to move down the field, get some nice catches, nice plays going down there. Dahl, I thought, did a great job standing in the pocket, looking around. Offensive line, great job of blocking, giving Dahl just that. And then the lead, Davis. There's only one guy going to catch that touchdown pass. That was going to be a Buffalo. Nice play.
1st and 10, Washburn Rural from their own 25. Jordan White in to take the direct snap. He does, and he hands it off for Curry right to left on a jet sweep, and the Buffaloes diagnosed it perfectly. Jonathan Gomez went knee-high to get some help from his friends. That's a loss of 5 just inside the left hash mark, and it's 2nd and 15 Rural.
We talked about that last week, Mike, that the coaching staff cannot go out and play for these guys. And Brian Hill was just frustrated. You could see it down here. Well, I made some adjustments at halftime. We take the football and drive the entire length of the field and fumble it down at the end zone. Right now, I like the way the defense is playing. Defense is really inspiring. I'm going to say this entire team and setting the table for the offense.
2nd and 15, Washburn Rural from their own 20. Jordan White again takes the direct snap and the pistol, keeps it up the middle and ridden down. Going backwards again. And this time it's Ethan Crone that plants him for a yard loss between the hash marks back to the 19. It's 3rd and 16 for Washburn Rural.
Associate head coach Dominic Dingle doing a great job here with the defense, Mike. I like what we're doing, especially on the 3rd and long, the 4th and long plays. We're not giving that quarterback any time to really sit back here and look for somebody. He's got to go through one progression, and that is his only chance.
Washburn Rural 1 of 5 on 3rd down, 3rd and 16 from their own 19. Jack Hamilton's in as a 4th receiver, 2 left and 2 right. White play action, fires over the middle. Hamilton makes the catch at the 31, drags 2 defenders left hash mark, going from right to left to the 36. Carlos Acosta getting some help that time from David Ortega. But on 3rd and 16, they gain 17, and that should be enough for a first down.
Mike, hats off to Jack Hamilton because he did that himself, 205, 6'3". A senior was able, we didn't put any pressure, that much pressure on the quarterback, able to find the receiver. We didn't tackle low. He's able to carry some Buffaloes for that first down. Great play by Hamilton.
So no Schurig on this drive. It is White who goes play action on 1st and 10 from his own 36 and floats one up the right sideline incomplete for Curry at the Buffalo 30. Heron Lira had the coverage that time. 2nd and 10, Washburn Rural at their own 36. 7-0 Garden City with 6:39 to play first half.
Big games in the area. How about Hayes is at home to Wamego. Ulysses goes to Wellington. That's Holcomb and Hugoton. How about Trey Gilbert? Over 1,300 yards passing this year for the Longhorns. 17 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He and Tishner are carrying the ball well, too, leading that rushing attack for the Longhorns. Number 2 right now in their class.
2nd and 10, Washburn Rural from their own 36. 2 receivers left and right. Again, White, play action under pressure. Chased by DeMarcus Elliott, just dirts the ball. Elliott getting some much-needed pressure help from Jasper Parton. Ethan Crone there as well. So now 3rd and 10, Washburn Rural at their own 36.
I think the White hat just told White, welcome to football, son, because he got up, wanted to know where the flag was for being pushed down as Elliott was right there on his shoulder pad. I mean, like I said, you get that little response that you can do that because you were right there in that play.
Jalen Johnson will come left. Wide right, Curry, Breckenridge, and Carter also to the right. 3rd and 10, Washburn Rural from their own 36. White in the gun, takes a knee-high snap, 4-man rush. Rolls right, chased by Crone, throws last second, and a sliding interception. Do they count it? Yes! Jonathan Gomez at the 40-yard line with a sliding pick going out of bounds along the sideline. First turnover for Washburn Rural, their 9th of the season, and the Buffaloes up a touchdown in business at the Junior Blues 40-yard line.
Oh, you got to love that, Mike, putting pressure on the quarterback. He's rolling out. He's really wanting to get rid of the ball. Great job by Gomez carrying, watching the quarterback all the way, Mike. He comes over to the sideline. The ball is thrown, and he knew right where he was. Reaches those hands out, makes that catch, gets in that slide position to stay in bounds, and then just a beautiful play all the way, get that INT.
1st and 10, Garden City from the Junior Blues 40. Play action, Dahl steps up, rifles over the middle, and it's almost picked off right through the hands of Latson, who has 1 pick 6 already this season, sitting in a zone coverage at the 30-yard line, intended for Kreitzer. It's 2nd and 10, Garden City.
Mike, that's on Garrett. Sometimes, you get a quarterback, all quarterbacks do it, even in the NFL. They're looking at a place, and they're looking at a place, and then they let everybody else know that I'm going to throw the ball right here to this place. Defense slides right on over. Very fortunate that was not intercepted.
6:20 left in the half, 7-0 Garden. 2nd and 10 from the Washburn Rural 40. Option pitch left, it's Ryan Jarmer. Down the left sideline, slips a tackle, and he's to the Junior Blue 35-yard line. That's Jack Hamilton that tripped him up, stuck his right foot out. That's a gain of 5. It's 3rd down and 5 coming up for Garden City at the Junior Blue 35.
Now, Mike, I just like what's going on right now with this team. I really like the defense getting some good things going. I'm going to say it again, we're in 4-down territory. We're not even thinking about punting the ball if we come up short here, or even a field goal.
3rd and 5 Buffaloes at the Washburn Rural 35. Option pitch right this time. It's Jarmer trying to get the edge, but a nice job by Hamilton to seal it for no gain, right hash mark back to the 35. So now it's 4th and 5 for Garden City. And as you just talked about, even with the wind behind them, this is definitely no man's land, and here comes Avi Arana.
And I'm glad to see Avi into the ball game, but sometimes, like I said, Brian Jarmer does it all, does a great job there. I thought he went down just a little bit too easy, trying to get to the outside. Had some blocks thrown here, but Mike, this is a passing down formation. I mean, situation for us, like I said, if you got single man coverage to Davis on the outside, I just go to Davis, lob it up there, let him go get it.
4th and 5 Buffaloes from the Washburn Rural 35. Davis right, 2 receivers left, comeback route. Davis has it right sideline, and he steps out of bounds at the Washburn Rural 26. Gains 9 on 4th and 5, and the Buffaloes convert.
Mike, you can't stop that. That's Carter out there. He's just a sophomore, 150, and gives up a 5'9" versus big-time Davis. And that's tough to stop.
Dahl 9 of 13 for 95 yards. 2nd catch for Davis, who already has a touchdown. 1st and 10 Buffaloes from the Washburn Rural 26. Davis right, Ortega, Kreitzer, and Sexton left. Shoulder fake. Dahl keeps, rolls to his right, throws along the sideline, incomplete for Davis at the 17-yard line. In coverage that time for Washburn Rural was Trevor Hauser, the outside linebacker. 2nd and 10 Garden City from the 26-yard line. Is there a flag come out? Yes.
And, Mike, this is going to go on us. This is going to go on Shires for a block in the back to the guys that are harassing Dahl to the outside.
4:52 to go first half. 7-0 Garden City. Here's
Illegal block in the back. Number 77, offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
Yeah, this will be a spot foul, man. This is going to be first down and forever.
Back to the Washburn Rural 44, so now it's 1st and 28. You're just tuning in, the lone touchdown came on 4th down when Dahl hit Davis. The last time Garden City had the ball, a 29-yard score. That drive was set up by a 40-yard reception by Kreitzer. So now 1st and 28, Garden City, right hash, moving left to right. And junior blue 44. Wide left Sexton, Andrew Kreitzer in a slot left. Ortega split right with Davis. Dahl in the pistol, and this play is blown dead. Maybe some movement on the offensive line.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 70, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
That's on Jacob Griffin, the second-year varsity starter at the left guard spot for Garden City. So that puts it back near midfield now.
Okay, so let's get 11 yards on this play. Then we'll get 11 yards on second down. Then we'll get 11 yards on third down, and we'll be 4th and what, 33?
Actually,
4th and 7?
No, if you got that, that's 33 yards.
Oh, are we at 33 yards?
1st and 33, Garden City from the Washburn Rural 49. Option pitch right to Arana, has the numbers 50, slips a tackle 45, carries 2 defenders to the Washburn Rural 38, and that's Hauser, the outside linebacker, who jumped on his back. They're going to say the knee down at the 39. That gains 10, so almost to Ross Miller's 11, and now it's 2nd down and 23.
Mike Avey, just a 5'8", 155-pound sophomore. Before he got hurt, he was a great answer to Quentin LaPointe. LaPointe, just a power runner. Avey's got some nice little moves, got some quick little speed, able to start that engine up. I like the fact that he's in the ballgame.
2nd and 29, Buffaloes at the Washburn Rural 39, and a quick out to the near side right, off the fingertips of Davis at the Washburn Rural 30. And that time, Joey Blakesley, who started on the varsity as a freshman kicker last year, now as the starting strong safety, was in coverage. It's 3rd and 23, Garden City at the Washburn Rural 39, leading 7-0 with 4:12 left in the half.
And another thing that Avey brings this ball game, number 21, if you're in the stadium here and listening to the broadcast, when they try to stunt, watch Avey. He'll pick up the stunning linebacker or the cornerback. He does a great job. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but I don't think I've seen him miss a block yet.
Garden City on 3rd down, 0 for 6, 3rd and 23 from the Washburn Rural 39. Dahl steps up, fires on a crossing pattern, left to right, and a sliding grab made by Ortega. Right hash mark at the Washburn Rural 29-yard line. That's a gain of 10 more. So now it's 4th and 13, at least 4th and manageable considering it was 1st and 33.
Nice catch, though, by Ortega. That was thrown just a little bit, and it looked like Dahl wasn't sure about the throw. Go ahead and fire it on in there.
4th and 13, Buffaloes, right hash at the Washburn Rural 29 with 3:40 left in the half, leading 7-0. Sexton, Kreitzer, and Ortega left. Ty Davis with a touchdown reception right. In the pistol, Dahl takes the snap under pressure, steps up, rolls to his right, throws a dart, and Ortega dropped it. Right side numbers at the 15-yard line. If he makes the catch, he's gone. Hauser had the coverage. Second drop by a Buffalo receiver tonight. And Washburn Rural will take over at their own 29, trailing 7-0 with 3:25 left in the second.
Great job by Dahl, just to escape and then get to the outside and continue to look downfield. And he sees Ortega coming across wide open. Ortega makes that catch. Mike, he might have been thinking already what kind of celebration he was going to do down in the end zone. Going to knock out the dap, was he? Was he going to do some kind of shuffle? What was he going to do? Maybe a little bebopping?
Did you see that hide and go seek by Antonio Brown last week?
Yes, I did. And you know what? And I like that because the NFL used to be the no fun league, but now, man, letting them do stuff like that, that's good stuff.
1st and 10, Washburn Rural, down a touchdown from their own 28. Each team has all 3 timeouts. Schurig is back in the game at quarterback, and he hands it off for Jalen Carter. Carter stood up at the line of scrimmage and going nowhere. Tried the middle. It'll be 2nd down and 10, and Ryan Jarmer made the tackle. Would have been 2nd and 10, but we have a flag after the play.
This may be personal foul here going against Washburn Rural. Mike, going back to the celebrations in the NFL, and they're going to get creative. There's going to be some good stuff. And what I like about it is, you know, it's not meant toward the opposing team as long as you're not doing anything like that. But what I like is that coming up with some ideas, you know, and honestly, enjoy yourself. I mean, getting there, you know, like, Mike, you get to that
After
NFL.
the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 69, offense. Half the distance to the goal, second down.
That's like Jacob Blendon.
You understand the athletes that are in the NFL. These guys are very, very good. Big dudes, guys that are superior over everybody else, obviously. So let them enjoy themselves, because to get a touchdown in the NFL, it's hard to do. I'll put it that way.
What you're saying is you're supposed to have fun playing football?
Absolutely.
2nd and 24 now, so the down counted.
And football is fun.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it fun watching these teams go after each other and the coaches coming up with ideas how I can beat you and you can beat me?
Washburn Rural from their own 14 after the personal foul on 2nd down and 24. It's Jalen Carter up the middle. Left hash mark out near the 17. And that's Jonathan Gomez, who's been all over the place here in the first half, making the tackle waist high. It's a gain of 3 at the 17. It's 3rd and 21, Washburn Rural.
Other games tonight, Scott City is at Concordia. How about Cimarron beating up on Southwestern Heights? They got a Seabolt kid over there. It's a very good rusher. Lakin able to knock off Syracuse for the first time in a playoff game for Lakin in almost 3 decades. Ingles is at Fowler. And then how about that Campus-Hutchinson matchup too, Mike? That Campus was able to knock off Hutch here 2 weeks ago.
3rd and 21, Washburn Rural from their own 17. Jordan White back at quarterback. Option pitch right on the numbers. It's Jalen Carter, right sideline, squeezes through 2 defenders and is very close to a first down as he carries Brandon Angelis across the 35 down the right sideline to the 36. That's a gain of 19. It's 4th and 2. There is a flag down, however.
Okay, now there should be a hold here, but they may call this on Washburn Rural. Maybe procedure call. Let's see what happens here.
Vine Hill is pointing that way.
But illegal formation, not enough men on line of scrimmage, offense. 5-yard penalty, replay the down.
Elliott quit playing because his jersey all but got ripped off being hold, and so he thought the hold call was coming out when he saw the flags coming out.
Now it's 3rd and 26 for Washburn Rural, right hash, back near their own 12-yard line. 2:05 left first half. Buffalo's lead 7-0. Breckenridge and Curry split left. Jordan White, as they've been shuffling quarterbacks here in this first half, is in the pistol. Jalen Carter behind him. Jack Hamilton's the tight end to the left. Buffalo's with 4 down linemen. White letting the clock run down. The play clock's at 5. As the white gloves extends the hands, takes the snap, zone option read. White will keep up the middle, twist right hash mark to the 16, but Jasper Parton and David Sandoval combining on that stop after a gain of 4. So now it's 4th and 22, Washburn Rural at their own 16.
And Mike, good call
timeout. Garden City, their first charge timeout of the half.
Good call on the timeout here. You're going to have this team kick into a wind right here, so you ought to be able to get a halfway decent field position. You know that you got a big leg in Flores, but also you got a dangerous returner when it comes to Ortega back there. Mike, by the way, I'm going to get rid of the news. I know that you're disappointed. The big camping trip that we had planned for Saturday, that we were going to go camp down on the Arkansas River. I know that Ralph got his mower.
Has a better selection than Lewis
John
Automotive
Ford was
and with
looking
top
forward
brands like
to it
Ford,
because he had made a
Chevrolet,
trip to
Toyota,
Colorado
and
for some odd
Nissan.
reason.
You're sure to have
And
the
then
truck
70
you
other
want, and
people decided to
remember,
be on
you'll
it. Mike's
always
just
get
gonna
it
be
for
too cold
less
for us to go
at
out there and have a good
Lewis.
time.
It's like you have some kind of a cult following. It's unbelievable.
Well, Mike, once they heard that you were going, and everybody knows how expensive outdoorsman you are, Daniel Boone, Daniel Crockett, you know, you follow the guidelines of those guys also on top of it.
The guy that gets a
MacGyver.
the guy that gets a bug bite and is crying for 2 weeks. 1:36 remaining here in the first half. The Buffaloes did use a timeout. They're up 7-0. They're going to get the ball back. The lone touchdown in this game, a 29-yard TD pass, Dahl to Davis on 4th down. Kaiser will punt. Ortega stands right at midfield. Knee-high snap. Kaiser, the right-footed kicker. Wobbly spiral, angles it towards the right sideline out of bounds. And it all depends on where they mark it off. It's going to be near midfield. And they're going to continue to walk it off down the sideline, still going. And they're in plus territory to the Washburn Rural 44. That's a 28-yard punt, which is pretty impressive considering the 30-mile-an-hour wind that we've had here at times during this game. And with 1:33 remaining in the first half on your complete nutrition scoreboard, it's Garden City 7, Washburn Rural nothing, and the Buffaloes have it back.
Rumor has it that we had a Bud Light truck that was going to meet us down somewhere.
Now you had it all planned out.
That's rumor only.
Dahl in the pistol, Sexton left, couple of receivers right. Play action, Dahl under pressure and engulfed Back at the 47, that's Jacob Glendenning, his second sack of the year. 9-yard loss at 2nd and a mile.
Mike, we tried to go for a big play right there. Good job by the defense of Washburn Rural. There was nothing there. Great job by the quarterback, Dahl, not to throw it up there and let them come get it. You get to live for another day. Took the sack.
Buffalo's allowed a season-high 4 sacks last week. They've allowed 19 on the year. 2nd and 18 from their own 48. 1 minute to play in the half. Garden City up 7-0. And they've got the ball. Dahl will keep this time. Runs to his right at the hash mark. Fakes a pitch back, keeps it, stretches it out towards the numbers. And it's pile driven into the turf at the 49-yard line of Washburn Rural by Tyler Latson, the linebacker. That gains 3, and it's 3rd and 15 Garden City. Wise to not pitch that ball.
Absolutely. You know, Mike, we would all be 70 guys sitting around a campfire, drinking beer, talking about the weather and the water. And then, of course, you got to talk about girls there. So you get a bunch of men together, the conversation will last 10 minutes, and everybody goes to work. So also, we'd all be in bed by 8:30.
Washburn Rural showing a middle blitz on 3rd and 15 Buffaloes from the junior blue 49. Dahl under pressure, throws on a comeback route up the near sideline, and he was trying to hit Davis, but Hauser had the read along with Jalen Carter. Either one of them could have had themselves a room service pick 6. Instead, the Buffaloes short circuit, 3 and out. They'll punt on 4th and 15.
Wow, and I tell you, that was fortunate because look to the outside right there. They basically had 2 guys covering on Davis. Just wasn't there. Fortunate that was not taken back.
Flores will punt with 14 seconds left in the half. Washburn Rural does not send anybody back deep. They have all 3 of their timeouts. Flores, an end-over-end kick, will bounce inside the 10, inside the 5, and roll into the end zone for a touchback. So Washburn Rural will be content to just take a knee because they'll get the football to begin the 3rd quarter. We didn't hear if they deferred both halves because of the wind, so obviously we'll find that out. But they should get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So Steve Bueller, who spent a long time at Rossville, a lot of successful seasons over there, made the move to Washburn Rural, said he always coveted a 6A job in this state. And now he's got it. Last year led the Junior Blues to the quarterfinals. They nearly knocked off Lawrence Free State. Lost 17-14 in the quarterfinals. And now, with 7 seconds to go in the half, they might run a play. 1st and 10 from their own 20. It is Jordan White in at quarterback. Puts the ball in his right hand. Cuts back to the middle of the field. 25. Darts left to the 30. Across the 35. And brought down from behind by Ethan Crone at the 37-yard line. So a 17-yard gain on the final play of the half, but Garden City will take a 7-0 lead into the break.
And I like what we're doing, Mike. I like the defense. We came out here. I just thought that very first drive, thought, oh, man, if they score here, uh-oh. Thing is, they weren't able to get that field goal over. Nice job by the defense. We were able to defend, come back down, Mike. And I tell you what, I really like what our defense is doing. Got some nice plays on the offense, able to move the ball down the field. Nice pass play on a 4th and long right there, able to get the ball into the end zone to Davis from Dahl. Nice play. I like where we're sitting at right now. Come back out here in the 2nd half. Got to keep that defense effort up and get some good play calling. I like what the offensive line has given us also.
That first half, the defense allowed just 101 total yards. They outgained Washburn Rural 134-101. And on your complete nutrition scoreboard at the half, it's the Buffalo 7 and Topeka Washburn Rural nothing. A reminder that if you're looking to lose weight, you need to head to Complete Nutrition. Let Athena and her staff design a personal plan just for you. Call her today, 620-805-6010. We'll take a break. Your Morton's halftime report is next. Garden City leading Washburn Rural at the half, 7-0 on ESPN Radio.
One that's evolved over 3 generations
3 minutes here,
of
3
hard
minutes.
work and community partnerships. Long-standing relationships have been formed by the families they protected from tragedy and hardship. Share your story with Keller Leopold. Give them a chance to help you protect your family dreams. Keep your story alive for generations to come. Learn more at Keller Leopold.